requirement encountered is likely related to the Florida Building Code, known as FBC, which is based on the International Building Code, referred to as IBC. The International Building Code Section 314 covers fire resistance rated construction. Section 314.41 states that fire resistance rated assemblies shall not be penetrated by any pipe, wire, cable, duct, or other foreign object that will reduce the assembly's fire resistance rating. Section 314.42.2 requires that penetrations through fire resistance rated assemblies shall be made in accordance with the assembly's listing or by methods investigated and approved by the code official. The Florida Building Code, FBC, Section 714 addresses firewalls. Section 714.34 states that penetrations through firewalls shall be protected by an approved fire-stopping system. Approved fire-stopping methods for electrical boxes and firewalls include two main types. Firstly, fire-rated cut-in boxes. These boxes are designed to maintain the fire resistance rating of the firewall when properly installed. They typically have a metal frame with a rubber or intumescent gasket that expands in the event of a fire. Secondly, four-square boxes. These boxes are typically made of metal and have a knockout that can be removed to accommodate the electrical wires. They must be securely attached to a framing member in the firewall. The enforcement of these codes may vary depending on the locality. However, it is generally the responsibility of the local building inspector to ensure that all aspects of the building code are followed during construction. Based on the information provided, it appears that the inspector is requiring the installation of four-square boxes and screwing them to studs in order to comply with the FBC. This requirement is intended to ensure that the fire resistance rating of the firewall is maintained. To elaborate on fire-rated electrical boxes, their primary function is to prevent the spread of fire and smoke through walls and ceilings. These boxes are specifically designed and tested to maintain the integrity of fire resistance rated assemblies. The intumescent material used in some fire-rated boxes expands when exposed to high temperatures, sealing off any gaps around the box and preventing the passage of flames and hot gases. The installation of fire-rated boxes must follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully to ensure proper performance. This includes using the correct type of fire-rated caulk or sealant to seal any gaps between the box and the wall or ceiling. The fire rating of the box, typically expressed in IRs, should match or exceed the fire resistance rating of the wall or ceiling assembly. Common fire ratings are 1 IR, 2 IRs, or 3 IRs. When installing electrical boxes in fire-rated walls, it is crucial to minimize the size and number of penetrations. Large openings can compromise the fire resistance of the assembly. If multiple boxes are required in close proximity, they should be properly spaced and fire-stopped according to code requirement. The National Electrical Code, NEC, provides guidelines for the installation of electrical boxes, but it is essential to consult the local building codes and regulations for specific requirements related to fire-rated construction. Building inspectors will typically inspect electrical box installations to ensure that they comply with the applicable codes and standards. This includes verifying that the correct type of box is used, that it is properly installed, and that all penetrations are adequately fire-stopped. If an installation fails inspection, a contractor must correct the deficiencies before the work can be approved. In addition to fire-rated boxes, other methods can be used to protect penetrations in fire-rated walls and ceilings. These include fire-rated putty pads, fire-rated collars, and fire-rated sealants. Fire-rated putty pads are flexible, moldable materials that can be applied around electrical boxes or other penetrations to seal gaps and prevent the passage of fire and smoke. Fire-rated collars are metal sleeves that are installed around pipes or conduits to protect penetrations. Fire-rated sealants are used to fill gaps and cracks in fire-rated assemblies, providing a barrier against fire and smoke. When selecting fire-stopping materials, it is essential to choose products that are listed and labeled by a recognized testing laboratory, such as Underwriters Laboratories, or Intertech. These laboratories test and certify fire-stopping materials to ensure that they meet the required performance standards. The listing and labeling will indicate the fire rating of the material, as well as the specific applications for which it is approved. Proper fire stopping is essential to maintain the integrity of fire-rated walls and ceilings and to protect building occupants in the event of a fire. It is important to follow all applicable codes and standards and to use approved fire-stopping methods and materials. Regular inspections and maintenance of fire-stopping systems are also necessary to ensure that they continue to provide adequate protection. Here is some further information regarding fire-rated walls and electrical box installations. Firstly, understanding fire-rated wall assemblies. Fire-rated walls are designed to prevent the spread of fire for a specified period, typically 1, 2, or 3 hours. The fire rating indicates how long the wall can withstand exposure to fire before it fails. These walls are constructed using specific materials and techniques to achieve the required fire resistance. Secondly, electrical box types and fire ratings. Fire-rated electrical boxes are designed to maintain the fire resistance of the wall assembly. These boxes are typically made of metal or plastic and are equipped with intumescent pads or other fire-resistant materials. The fire rating of the box must match or exceed the fire rating of the wall. Thirdly, installation requirements for fire-rated boxes. Proper installation is crucial for maintaining the fire resistance of the wall. The electrical box must be securely mounted to the wall framing and all gaps around the box must be sealed with fire-rated caulk or sealant. The box should not be overfilled with wires, as this can compromise its fire resistance. Fourthly, using 4-square boxes in fire-rated walls. 4-square boxes can be used in fire-rated walls, but they must be installed correctly to maintain the fire resistance of the assembly. The box must be securely attached to the wall framing and all gaps around the box must be sealed with fire-rated caulk or sealant. It is also important to ensure that the box is not overfilled with wires. Fifthly, fire-stopping requirements for penetrations. Any penetrations through a fire-rated wall, including those for electrical boxes, must be fire-stopped to prevent the spread of fire and smoke. Fire-stopping materials include fire-rated caulk, sealant, putty pads, and mineral wool insulation. Fire-stopping material must be approved for use in the specific type of wall assembly and must be installed according to the manufacturer's instructions. Sixthly, code compliance and inspections. Electrical installations in fire-rated walls are subject to strict code requirements and inspections. It is important to consult the local built-in codes and regulations to ensure that all installations comply with the applicable requirements. Building inspectors will typically inspect electrical box installations to ensure that they are properly installed and fire-stopped. Seventhly, common mistakes to avoid when installing electrical boxes in fire-rated walls. Some common mistakes to avoid include using non-fire-rated boxes, failing to seal gaps around the box, overfilling the box with wires, and using improper fire-stopping materials. These mistakes can compromise the fire resistance of the wall and could result in a failed inspection. Eighthly, importance of documentation and labeling. It is important to maintain documentation of all fire-rated wall assemblies and electrical box installations. This documentation should include the fire rating of the wall, the type of electrical box used, the fire-stopping materials used, and the date of installation. All fire-rated walls and electrical box installations should be properly labeled to indicate their fire resistance. Ninthly, ongoing maintenance and inspections. Fire-rated walls and electrical box installations should be inspected regularly to ensure that they are properly maintained. Any damage or deterioration should be repaired promptly to maintain the fire resistance of the assembly. Regular inspections can help to identify potential problems before they become serious. Finally, consulting with experts and resources when in doubt. It is always best to consult with experts and resources to ensure that electrical box installations in fire-rated walls are done correctly. These resources include the National Electrical Code, local building codes and regulations, fire-stopping manufacturers, and qualified electrical contractors. Seeking expert advice can help to avoid costly mistakes and ensure that the installation meets all applicable requirements. When working with fire-rated walls, it is essential to understand the specific requirements for electrical box installations. By following these guidelines, you can help to maintain the fire resistance of the wall and protect building occupants in the event of a fire. For a deeper dive into specific products UL, formerly known as Underwriters Laboratories, provides certifications for fire-rated electrical boxes and fire-stopping materials. These certifications ensure that the products have been tested and meet the required performance standards. When selecting fire-rated electrical boxes and fire-stopping materials, look for the UL listing mark to ensure that the products are certified. The UL listing mark indicates that the product has been tested and meets the applicable safety standards. In addition to UL, other testing laboratories, such as Intertek, also provide certifications for fire-rated product. These certifications are widely recognized and accepted by building codes and regulations. When specifying fire-rated electrical boxes and fire-stopping materials, it is important to review the product listings and certifications to ensure that they meet the requirements of the specific application. The product listings will provide information on the fire rating of the product, as well as the specific types of wall assemblies for which it is approved. It is also important to follow the manufacturer's instructions for installation to ensure that the product performs as intended. Proper installation is critical for maintaining the fire resistance of the wall assembly. In addition to the product listings and certifications, it is also important to consider the overall design of the fire-rated wall assembly. The wall assembly should be designed to provide the required fire resistance, taking into account the materials used, the construction methods, and the penetrations through the wall. The design should be reviewed by a qualified fire protection engineer to ensure that it meets the applicable code requirements. Fire-rated walls are an essential component of fire protection in buildings. By understanding the requirements for electrical box installations and using approved fire-stopping methods and materials, you can help to maintain the fire resistance of the wall and protect building occupants in the event of a fire.